lift. You know, it's still early, only about 7 a.m. as we say good morning to you. I'm Ashley Glass.
And I'm John Thomas. Thanks for joining us. To get more information on that fog and everything that's going to happen weather-wise today, let's go to Bill Logan.
Let us do that forthwith. 7:01 right now on your Saturday morning. And if you're out along West Shore, well, you can't very well be watching television right now. So what use is my talking to you personally? Anyway, here's the guys driving out along 275 just off to the east of West Shore. Traffic moving fine, things looking good, but I can tell you we do have some fog. We saw it there with Sean and Frank sort of in the background, and you can see it in the background here as we look out along I-4 just off to the east of the Polk Parkway. So we are seeing some patchy fog around as we take a look at what will be a really nice day. And we'll go ahead and break out the Action Weekend Outlook traffic signal. What you can stop doing, what you would have caution doing, what you've got that go-ahead green light. Doing taxes, oh my goodness, I can't believe I waited this long. If you're still doing taxes today, my condolences, because this is a great day to get outside. You may want to observe some caution driving. We've got that patchy fog that we saw, so that will be what you need to do early on. By later on, 10 o'clock or so, things are going to be burning off and mixing out of the atmosphere. So green light for everything outdoors, perfect for play with our sports and chores. Like I said, though, we do have some issues with the visibility, but not with the warmth. Already 68 in St. Petersburg, 67 in Tampa. Most everyone into the mid to upper 60s, even into the low 70s throughout the morning hours. But we do have that fog and a dense fog advisory for the areas highlighted here. That's in Levy, Citrus, Sumter, Hernando, and Pasco counties. Visibility is down to a quarter mile or less, but as we saw out there at Lakeland Linder Airport, the busiest airport in the world, we're looking at visibility down to about a mile. So it's going to be that sort of day. Early fog and then a sunny Saturday, high today up to 82. More details on that action weather forecast less than 10 minutes away. And of course, always online at abcactionnews.com.
A Brandon pastor is headed before a judge this morning. He's accused of taking advantage of 3 church members, and deputies believe there could be more victims. 44-year-old Francisco Rios is charged with 3 counts of lewd and lascivious molestation of 3 victims, including a 12-year-old girl and a 17-year-old girl. They say some of the abuse goes back as far as 2011. Now, the alleged incidents happened at the Casa de Amor church. The victim said Rios would touch them on multiple occasions every week, and he would warn them not to tell anyone. A 43-year-old woman told deputies Rios molested her, telling her it would help heal her medical condition.
They started talking to each other and found out that each one of them had been touched inappropriately by him, and that's when they decided to come forward and file the complaint.
The pastor is denying all allegations. Deputies are asking anyone if there are other possible victims to contact the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office.
We just got some new video in our newsroom. Story broke overnight out of New York. This is the scene of a car that crashed into the Steinway Creek in Astoria just before midnight. Car went down in 8 feet of water. Driver made it out, was flagging down rescuers when they first arrived. Sadly, 4 other passengers, 2 men and a woman, 2 women died in this accident. No word yet on what caused the driver to crash into that creek.
We're learning more about the local man killed in that shooting rampage at Fort Hood. Now, Sergeant First Class Daniel Ferguson was among 3 soldiers gunned down by the shooter at the Texas Army base on Wednesday. Now, reports are he was killed while he was holding a door shut, so the gunman could not get into a room that was packed with military personnel. Sergeant Ferguson is a veteran of the Iraq and Afghanistan wars. Ferguson grew up in the Tampa Bay area. He graduated from Mulberry High School back in 1993. Meanwhile, the Army is saying the mass shooting may have started with a sort of dispute just before the shooting. Officials say Specialist Ivan Lopez has also requested a leave of absence. He killed 3 and wounded 16 before taking his own life.
The Florida legislature is taking steps to get tougher penalties for hit-and-run drivers. Bill approved by the House panel Friday would create tougher penalties for drivers who leave the scene of an accident that involves a death or DUI. Under the law, convicted drivers can lose their driver's license for at least 3 years and be sentenced to a minimum of 4 years in prison. Supporters say this bill is long overdue.
My wife, a couple of years ago, was in an accident with serious injury, and the person ran from the accident and eventually committed another accident where he was arrested for drunk driving and causing an accident. So we could have gotten him in more serious problems earlier on if this bill had been enacted.
The bill would also make it a second-degree felony to leave the scene of a hit and run.
Tampa skaters are repainting the historic Bro Bowl today despite plans to redevelop the park to honor Tampa's African-American history. Now, the city's redevelopmental services heard from people who want the Bro Bowl to stay exactly where it is. It was built in the 1970s and is now listed on the National Register of Historic Places. One Tampa native says the Bro Bowl should not be moved because it's part of Central Avenue's history. But one community leader is promising protests if the skate park is allowed to stay.
We're going to make the national news over and over and over again if this bowl stays at the expense of celebrating Black history.
My emotional connection is much the same as Fred Hearn's. It's, you know, my heart's there.
A decision is expected soon on the skate park because park development could start in the next couple of months. Mayor Bob Buckhorn will have the final say on what happens with the Bro Bowl.
Homeowners along Smacks Bayou in St. Pete, they're wondering if a section of their property they thought was theirs really belongs to someone else. Questions started coming up after a house went up for sale in the neighborhood. Then listings popped up on real estate websites listing the dock adjacent to the house as a separate piece of property. One listing on homefinder.com has the lot selling for almost $8,000 by Perlman Realty. We're still trying to get in contact with Joseph Perlman on this listing. Others who live in the bayou wonder what it could mean for their property.
They thought that they owned a house and they had the rights to use the dock and whatever's on the water in front of their house. No one knew that submerged land was owned by somebody else.
So that man you just heard from hopes to have more answers for homeowners at a meeting next month. More Sweet Bay stores are closing today for renovations. You were just there.
Great deals going on right now, right? Just head over, 50% off on produce and breads, everything.
Produce savings, though, are expected to get even better.
Is it produce?
Produce.
I get, you know, Canada,
Let's
United
talk about the
States.
savings.
Oh my gosh.
They're going to reopen under the name Winn-Dixie. We're going to tell you about a new coupon offer the chain is honoring now.
I get bugged about that all the time, too. Hey, your inspirational video of the morning comes from Washington State. If this little guy can enjoy life like this, anything's possible. We'll have that story. And it's becoming an internet sensation.
I love me some good produce, especially lettuce. Lettuce is delicious. Hey, this is Sean Daly live at the Sun and Pump Line in Lakeland. It's the 40th anniversary, and they're expecting more than 300,000 people. When we come back, we'll tell you all about the cool things to do out here, including...
Including, well, that's a tease. That's a tease, ladies and gentlemen. So too is this. Look at this. Great weather for boating today. Starting off with our low tide just before noon, about 75 degrees. Some clouds around. We'll be burning off that fog. And then 81 by later on today. We are still watching the fog around, but we're going to watch that weather clear out. A beautiful Saturday on the way. All your action weather details are moments away.
Did you know there's a Tow Truck Hall of Fame? What if we told you your local officials used your tax money to travel there?
Well, why didn't they spend their own money?
The I-Team is on it, following the money trail of government workers going to a strange destination. Monday on ABC Action News at 11. Upgrade to the improved ABC Action News smartphone and tablet apps with easier navigation. Swipe from story to story, picture to picture. And it's the only app streaming local news 24/7 with ABC Action News Now. The ABC Action News app, available now.
Here are two things about Kane's furniture you may not know. It comes with a free lifetime guarantee. And yes, you can afford it.
Now through Monday at Kane's. Savings in every department, store-wide. This two-piece leather chaise sofa is only $5.99. This three-piece bed, just $3.99. Plus 0% interest until 2017.
Kane's. Quality so good, it's guaranteed for life.
When I was a little boy, my dad used to drive the four of us to school. We had a ritual. We would go over spelling words we had missed the night before, say our prayers, one Our Father, a Hail Mary, and a Glory Be. Before we got out, we would all put our hands on top of his and say together, all for one and one for all. Today, we are still with each other every day at the law firm. Our family working for yours, Morgan & Morgan, for all the people.
Why does his father feel like a superhero? He called Harold because just 1 hour ago his air conditioner wasn't working. Well, not anymore. Way to go, Dad. You avoided a comfort crisis.
When your AC goes out, call Harold immediately. With their super fast service guarantee, Harold will be at your home in 1 hour or less, or your service call is free. And you'll save 20% on your repair.
Harrell, Harold Home Services.
When you just can't wait for comfort.
If I had a choice, my doctor would be just for kids.
We see Dr. Orabello. He's very good.
I had a sore throat and Dr. Andrews made it all better. My mom says Dr. Wasilick knows what she's doing. My nose got plugged. Dr. Chrisman fixed it. My ears, my nose, my throat are very important.
Pediatric ear, nose, and throat specialist with 6 locations.
I'll go there. I'll go there.
Remington College is giving free makeovers to high school seniors. The prom night makeovers are set for April the 10th through the 12th and May the 8th through the 10th. That's right, the services will be free. Call for details. And in St. Pete, the Daly Museum is showcasing the work of Andy Warhol this month. And join ABC Action News on April the 18th to help raise money for the Casa Domestic Violence Center. Wendy, Meredith, and I will see you there.
Positively Tampa Bay is brought to you by Glazer Children's Museum.
Need something investigated? Contact the I-Team.
More changes this weekend in Bay Area grocery stores. More Sweet Bay locations are closing today. That's so they can be converted into Winn-Dixie stores. Residents have been taking advantage too, like John, loading up on discounted items.
Like produce.
Like produce. The stores that closed today are expected to reopen next Friday. The entire rebranding should add 42 Winn-Dixie stores to the area over the next few weeks. Taking action for your money now, some new ways to save at those Winn-Dixie stores. Starting today, most Florida locations will now accept competitor coupons. They also have a Fuel Perks program that offers 5 cents off per gallon of gas for every $50 spent.
Okay, we share stories with you all the time through our Rescues in Action of animals defying the odds, recovering from horrible abuse situations and medical situations, but nothing quite as extreme as this. Check out this little guy, Duncan Liu, an 8-month-old boxer from Washington State who only has 2 legs, but that does not slow him down at all. Duncan was born with severely deformed back legs and they had to be removed. Panda Paws Rescue, which takes care of Duncan, posted this video and others on YouTube. He's got almost 4 million hits.
That video is just precious.
It's amazing.
Yeah, 2 legs isn't slowing him down, though. I'll tell you that.
I'm
going.
If you want to find out the explanation behind the produce thing, I'll put it online. Go to my Facebook page and I'll explain it.
Dying to know.
If you're dying to know. Why I always confuse this.
And you know what? It's almost getting to the time of year where we don't have to blame Canadians for our weather anymore.
Thank you.
We'll start looking toward the tropics, eh? So let's go ahead and look outside right now. And oh my goodness, look at that fog. We're looking down Himes Avenue right there, folks, but not able to look down very far because visibility here in West Tampa is down to about a half a mile. And we're seeing reduced visibility around the region, anywhere from a quarter of a mile to about a mile visibility out at Lakeland, Linder Airport. We'll get to Sean there in just a minute, but we are definitely seeing some fog around, so be careful as you head out first thing on this, what will be a sunny Saturday morning. Let's go ahead and take a look at our weather headlines for today. We've got a front that's going to be stalling off to our north, which will leave our skies mostly sunny. The rains associated with that front, once it gets another push, won't come until late Monday and into Tuesday. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and take a look at the current conditions. We are at 67 right now in Tampa. Clearwater has 65 degrees. St. Pete a tick warmer at 68. Skies partly cloudy to mostly clear right now as we are still shy of sunrise by just a very few minutes. We'll go ahead and look at the satellite and radar composite. You'll see some showers out here in the Gulf. They're falling apart. Also some showers that have moved through the Panhandle associated with a cold front that's dropping through the southeast. That's just not going to drop down here, not close enough to us because basically we're going to be dealing with high pressure over us, which is keeping things very mild wind-wise. We don't have much more of wind than about 2 to 6 miles per hour. So that's why we've got the fog, especially in our northern neighborhoods from Hernando, Pasco County up in through Levy, Citrus, and over to Sumter. The visibility is, as I mentioned, down to a quarter mile or less. This is where the official dense fog advisory is as we speak, but As you can tell, there is fog around the region, so as you head out this morning, please be careful. But watch for that to burn off by noontime as we get just a few clouds around. 78 degrees, plenty of warmth as we top out today at 82. So the weekend, both today and tomorrow, looking great. If you're thinking about maybe getting out and playing some golf, should be really nice. You're going to have 68 degrees as you tee off about 8 o'clock this morning. If you're going to be out around noontime, don't expect a shower to get in the way of your game. 78 degrees, and then just in time for that 19th hole, the discussion of the great shot, that one great shot, about 82 degrees as you're in the clubhouse celebrating a nice round. Nice round of showers and storms moved through the south and southeast over the past several days. That has pushed through along with this front, but this cold front is now stalling off to our north. There are some showers associated with the tail end of it, but with high pressure across the state of Florida, we've got sunny skies, and once that fog burns off, we're going to work through the day with pretty much clear conditions. If there's any showers, they'll form right along the spine and then just sort of push off to the inland area, but no more than about a 5%, maybe 10% chance of showers. We will get that fog back in tomorrow morning, so beware of that once again. Gulf water temperature right now stands at 70 degrees. Winds are going to be out of the southeast and then shifting to the south for the boaters. 1 to 2 foot seas, light chop on the inland waterways. Don't forget the sun sauce. Your UV index is in the extreme category, or right at that very high to extreme category at a 10. Your time to burn between 15 and 30 minutes. At solar noon, which is 1 o'clock in the afternoon, about 5 hours before we get our high tide. Sunset comes an hour and 50 minutes or so after that. And once again, you take a look at Florida's most accurate forecast, the 2-day version. That's why we put it in red. Saturday and Sunday, no more than about a 10% chance of showers both days. Mostly sunny today, a few more clouds tomorrow, and muggy as we hit a high both days of 82. Monday and Tuesday brings the change. That's where we're going to have to watch that front make its progress toward us. Temperatures drop as the rain does on Tuesday. Details anytime you need them at abcactionnews.com or with our weather app, Storm Shield. Check it out.
Well, if you missed Airfest a couple of weeks ago, don't worry, another chance to see a huge air show this weekend.
Yeah, Sean missed it a couple of weeks ago because it was his birthday, but the Sun and Fun Fly-In is happening at Lakeland Linder Airport right now. It's been around for 40 years. Sean is out there right now, and I believe he's with some professional pilots.
That's true, and they're all asking about Ashley Glass. It's the weirdest thing. The Flyboys love her. Yes, the Sun and Fun Flying and Plane Expo, the 40th year. More than 300,000 people expected, and it's the busiest airport in the world. That's pretty hard to believe, huh? We have Rob Williams here from the Aerospace Discovery Center manager. So this is just insane. For the 40th year, you guys have some special stuff too, right?
Absolutely, yes. The Blue Angels are back and the F-22 Raptors back after sequestration. Really happy to have them back here. It's amazing what they can do up in the air there.
Yeah, it's cool.
In addition, we're celebrating the 100th anniversary of aerial combat. We've had the SR-71 Blackbird crews on campus here giving lectures every day. It's also the 100th anniversary.
Those stories must be amazing, huh?
Oh, it's something. They packed the auditorium here for their night performance. It was just, their stories just blow my mind. They have a pressure suit that we've had on loan from the Smithsonian that they brought in. This thing is a ton to bring in. They had to put that on every day in there.
That's crazy.
Absolutely. And then the 100th anniversary of commercial aviation. A lot of people don't know the very first commercial airline started here in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Really?
Absolutely.
I had no idea.
Yep, the St. Pete Tampa airboat line right here in St. Petersburg. Took a flight from St. Petersburg to Tampa. So they're over there with a replica model of it right now.
You know, Rob, you're in charge of all the stuff, you know. This is a huge week for you guys, but Sun and Fun is really the whole year long, right? I mean, it's an educational thing.
Absolutely, it's a whole year long. A lot of people don't know that we're a 501c3 company, so all the proceeds from the year-round fly-in here go back into the educational program.
Right.
So we host summer camps for 11 to 18-year-olds broken down to destination aviation.
My kids are 10 and 6.
There you go.
I gotta do something with them. Can you take them?
Sign them up. Bring them on out here.
Exempt. All right, cool. Yeah.
It's 2 weeks. We can double it up for you.
You guys do summer camps? My
Yes,
kids
sir.
love that. Yeah.
Yes, sir. 2 summer camps, June, July, and August. They come out here, and then also we have a Wings and Things fly-in that supports educational efforts, and a Classroom to the Sky where we bring teachers out here, put them in a ground school for the day, then get them up in the airplane. So we're getting the students excited, and we're also getting the teachers excited here about aviation. In addition, our Central Florida Aerospace Academy, we offer a scholarship where a certain percentage of flight training can be paid to get them up in the air and get them their private pilot's license.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those kids, any kid, you get them up in a plane at the end of camp, right?
At the end of camp, yes, we get them up in a plane out there.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. All right, gates today are already open, right?
They're already open. People
Okay.
are coming out. We're expecting a huge crowd today to come out and see the Blues
It's
and
gonna
the
be
Rapids.
massive.
Huge, huge.
We'll
So
be here.
get here sooner the better.
Awesome. We'll be here all morning. Coming up next, oh, hunky dudes jumping out of planes. Just for you, Ashley.
Thanks. Look at him making that happen for me. Can they wave at me and John on the way down?
No. Hey, when we come back, 2 different warnings for dogs.